Yeah, I was wondering what it is you and Tom are trying to do with this whole Wideboyz project. What's the aim?
Um, World domination in offwits. That's what it is.
Somewhere between 3 and 7 inches, there's an unholy place for only the strong, the bold, and the masochistic. Welcome to the wild and woolly world of off-width climbing.
Off-width climbing is climbing that size crack between too big for your fist and getting your ass in. So it's that other size where nothing fits.
There you go. You're really close. You're so close.
You walk up to the hard, wide crack, you know that you're going to do battle.
You think about carrying pieces that are this big on the route with you.
There's actually a tremendous amount of technique involved in off-width climbing.
Stacked body parts,
Hand stacks, fist stacks.
fists and heads, and whatever.
It's like ultimate fighting with a rock. There's definitely got to be something a little weird about you to seek that out day after day.
I just shit my pants.
The off-width climbers I've met are some of the toughest guys around.
I fucking hate you.
Bar fights, wrecked cars, big hospital bills, you name it.
Here in America, we've got a rogues gallery of off-width legends.
Nice.
Guys like Bob Scarpelli,
Off-withing is definitely a working class endeavor.
62.
Bob's protege, Brad Jackson,
People think off-width climbers are roughneck, tough guys. And part of that probably is a little bit true.
Fuck. I know that my body's not okay right now.
and the reigning alpha female, Pamela Pack.
To be a good off-width climber, you have to have a lot of just anger. But I don't kick puppies all the time.
But recently, there are 2 new aspirants to the pantheon of off-width climbing. Hailing from the Peak District of Northern England, Tom Randall and Pete Whitaker are an unlikely pair to take on this burly American sport.
Honestly, it's just not happening.
After all, in their home country, there are very few cracks to climb.
How do you get into off-width climbing when you live in England? This is a place where you have like 6 off-widths or something, right?
I didn't really know anything. I was complete punter. That feeling that I got from doing my first ever off-width and just screaming my way to the top. I don't know why, I just love it.
Tom and Pete quickly exhausted the short supply of off-widths in the UK
Perfect conditions.
and began looking across the pond for bigger challenges.
We know that America is the place that everyone goes for crack climbing.
Well, America's like the home of meaty off-widths, isn't it?
And one climb in particular captured their imagination.
Seeing these photos of incredible project out in America, dubbed as Century Crack.
I've heard rumors for years about this secret project in the desert. It's this gigantic roof.
It's an off-width crack that extends for 100 feet before it turns the lip.
The Century Crack. It's like the holy grail of off-widths in the U.S.
But making a first ascent of the hardest off-width in the world was a tall order. Luckily, Tom and Pete had a plan.
Coming in.
We just sat down with a big piece of paper and started drawing all these mad diagrams for how we could transfer my cellar into this dungeon of doom.
This one goes out to all the wide crack climbers who know sport climbing is neither about
Reaching up high to slot the first jam. Beat the crack the foot above your hands. Then you shuffle your legs. You sit up in the roof. So much back breaking work for just an inch to move.
We built a simulation of century crack. Just going backwards and forwards on that thing like you've never seen before.
7. You get really bad pains everywhere.
Stop resting, get on it, you lump of shit.
But then after like a year, it all just numbs away.
Last one, come on.
America's the mecca. I'd really like to go over there and show that us Brits aren't crap at wide crack climbing.
Welcome to Off With.
It's really hard to know whether we are there. I think we are.
After 2 years of grueling cellar sessions, Tom and Pete dubbed themselves the Wideboyz and declared war on American offwits.
And their mission is to come over here with a list and tick off the hardest wide cracks in the country. And to top the whole thing off, they want to do the first free ascent of the century crack.
So these British guys, I mean, they've trained really hard. I feel like they are trying to one-up the American off-with climbers.
It would be like the Jamaican bobsled team coming to the Olympics saying they're going to win.
Which is never going to happen.
You watch out, America. I'm going to be watching out, America, for Pete because he's coming for you. Coming for your off-wits. Yes.
The British invasion was afoot. And after acquiring the latest American fashions,
Nice hat, Pete.
and some tasty local cuisine,
Not good.
the Wideboyz were eager to take their measure on the American offwits.
First bit of warm-up. First thing I tried, and this is kind of the standard that I was expecting to find a piece of piss.
Yeah.
You're about a foot off it. That's so sharp. I'm getting really stressed. I had to put 2 years effort into this. I can't do a V4.
First one wasn't too good.
So he went round the corner.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Knee stuck.
What do you want me to do?
Hang on.
After a few false starts,
Rescue.
come on, Pete, the Wideboyz soon hit their stride. And they were suddenly knocking down one notorious offwit after another.
And I'm going, whoa. The routes that they did in the United States, it didn't seem to test them very much.
Pete's on-site ascent of belly full of bad berries, I never even thought that that could be done. Obviously, whatever they were doing in the cellar was working really well for them.
Yeah, Pete Whitaker and Tom Randall, they crush. It actually really pisses me off.
After this month-long rampage through the American West, the only climb left on their list was Century Crack.
It's definitely the hardest offwidth in the world. We all knew that everyone was gunning for it. So it's the big prize to kind of go for, really. As you walk up to it, just staggering. The biggest roof crack I'd ever imagined. So intimidating to be on that route. My heartbeat was going so fast.
Nice.
I just knew that I had to start to get back that feeling that I did when I trained in the cellar. Pace your arms, pace your legs, and just keep going.
Okay, yeah, take a sec.
To climb the Century Crack safely,
Yeah, that's good where that is.
the rack of cams would weigh nearly 50 pounds.
Carrying all the gear, that's just going to be way epic. We should just slim this rack down and go all out.
They narrowed it down to 8 pieces in a 120-foot pitch.
The chances of hurting yourself if you fell off the route were really bad.
That initial roof section, I ran it out like anything. Jesus. You'd look back at your cam, you'd just be like, oh my God. You'd just be falling head first into the ground.
Come on.
You'll hear people call boxing the sweet science. And off-width climbing is very much the sweet science of climbing.
Come on.
Because The brutality of the act, the brutality of wide cracks, it disguises the craft. And really good off-road climbers have an incredible craft.
In the last section of the route, I was just absolutely puffing out my ass. Man, it was beefy.
I arrived at that last bit. I was thinking, shit, I could do this. It was beyond anything I thought I'd ever achieve in my climbing. Honestly, beyond it. I almost didn't believe that it was possible. Oh, God. Oh, shit.
And that was it. The holy grail of Offwits had fallen to the Wideboyz.
Yes! Safe! It was the best climbing experience maybe I'll ever have. I don't know. I'm only 21, so I don't know.
I don't know. It just feels like it wasn't really me. I've never done anything like that. Never.
They just had this crazy dream, dude. They really did. The Century Crack. On my best day on the planet, I would not have had a chance. My old man used to tell me, be careful. As tough as you think you are, there's someone out there who's going to kick your ass. There's always somebody out there.
Thank you.